Basically, when you have the BRCA2 gene, or any of them, but this one specifically, I think you get a really high percentage to get breast cancer, whether it's now or in 10, 20, 30, 40 years. So it seemed like a no-brainer because it takes your percentages way, way down. Even if she hadn't gotten fake boobs, she's my best friend, I'd have been fine with her. So, but she got big fake boobs. So we saw a few surgeons. The Dennis we really liked, and then Brown. I'm not sure I met him. I guess I did, but Lauren really liked him. One of my coworkers who works here, his wife worked for DeGenis, and that helped make our decision too, because we trusted them, and they were phenomenal throughout the whole thing. I helped put in like drains and made sure it was clean and that kind of stuff. We had a birthday party for, I think my daughter was turning 7, my oldest, and Lauren planned the party like the week her boobs were removed, so that was pretty badass. B, which was her grandma, Lauren's mom, always had cancer, so it was almost like the norm. If our daughters, God willing, they don't have the genetic, if they ever have to do it, that they'll be able to make the easy decision, whichever decision is best for them. It's a big decision to make because it's a scary thing to do to go in the OR and have any surgery. I was supporting her no matter what. If you have the BRCA2 gene, or any of them, I'm assuming, you go and get checks, like a mammogram is what you had to do every year. And it's every time she went in, it was like, am I gonna have it this year? Not if I'm gonna get it, but when am I gonna get it? So the worry's been cut down just so significantly that I think any woman, if you feel like it's a weight lifted off your shoulder and it's gonna reduce your chances of having it, it's a really easy decision.
It was way easier to do the surgical than the wait and see, I think, mentally, especially. Because if we did surveillance, it was every 6 months of imaging and blood work and then wait and see.
We're fortunate that she never had breast cancer. Like, that's nothing compared to having breast cancer and then doing this.
No.
So this was a thing to do to help prevent it with the medicine and technology we have. To try to not get breast cancer since she's predisposed there. We're not taking anything away from anybody who had it, because we watched a woman die of it and it's awful. That's why she did it, so that hopefully she doesn't ever have to go through what her mom went through.
I think we kind of found out along the way to really trust your surgical team, because like you said, that we had a couple interviews with their surgeons that we just did not get a good gut feeling with. And that's the biggest thing I tell friends of mine or women that are questioning going through the genetic testing that have a thick family history of breast cancer, is that you trust your surgical team wholeheartedly, because it is a big decision.
So trust your surgical team. You get your breast taken off, they put in expanders, right? Which is similar to what women go through if they have cancer.
Yes, for the reconstruction.
Right.
After the first surgery, the mastectomy, I was flat for a couple months because we had some incision healing issues, which was kind of a fun experience to have, I think, just to not have boobs at all. I don't know, it was just kind of nice for a little while. And then we went through expanding, and that was for a couple months. And I had my implants replaced in February the following year. So from September to February was the process.
And then the tattoo artist,
Louisa
Kleiner, her nipples are from her actual nipples. So that's for breast cancer survivors too. They look phenomenal.
Yeah, it's amazing what they can do to make everything look as it was before. I don't know, I kind of go back to a conversation my mom and I had. She was saying, if I'd have known this 20 years ago, I would have done it. No questions asked. No, just get it done. So I think that kind of just sounds up in my head a lot more.
Then your mom would have done it for sure.
Is that she said, if I'd have known, I would have done it. That's it.
No questions asked.
And that's how I feel about it, is that I've done it. And I just remember my mom telling me stories from her support group that there were men that would leave their husbands,
leave their
wives because of how they looked after surgery, and they feel unwanted and unattractive. My mom was 34 when she had breast cancer the first time.
She was little.
And I was 6 years old. So my entire life basically was growing up watching her go in and out of treatment, losing her hair, going through surgery. My mom doesn't have boobs. Like, it was just so normal.
Right.
And I wanted it to be normal for the girls to know and see that this has worked out well for us.
Like, if you get your boobs cut off, you're not going to be not hot or attractive or whatever the case. You're still you. It doesn't define you as a female. It's affected the intimacy 0.